Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming transit of Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra. I do have a mild cold today, so my voice may sound different. Sorry for that. So let's begin. How this transit will impact you as per your moon sign or ascendant sign. And before we talk about all of this, the influence on each sign, let's understand what Ketu in Hasta Nakshatra truly means. So Ketu, as we know in a very simple language, Ketu is about past. Ketu is about surrender, to detach and cut away from things. In a very simple way. What is Hasta? Hasta is the true Virgo, I would say, because it lies between 10 degrees to 20 degrees, 30 minutes of Virgo, the very core of Virgo. And the very core of Virgo is about debts, karmic debts, challenges. But also, on the other hand, it shows how you surpass those challenges with so much strength, that sense of justice, bringing that justice in life, working on your obstacles, and you get free from those issues. So Hasta has a lot to do with the debts and how you free yourself from these debts. It could be a debt related to someone or something. It could be simply your own obstacle you are carrying, and you free yourself from that, because Hasta is ruled by moon. And moon is about your emotions, mind, response system, and also ruled by Mercury, which is about thought process. Again, the mind, the intellect, the communication. So both moon and Mercury are about mind and how the mind works. So, and you will see that Hasta do have very similar they're very similar hues between Ashlesha and Hasta. In Hasta, there is joy. There's definitely joy. But in Ashlesha, there is more of fear, clinging to the fear. Whereas in Hasta, one tends to get into a form of lightheartedness. And then the joy, of course, overpowers here. So there will be similar hues between these two nakshatras. So the deity of Hasta is the Savitra, and Savitra is about perseverance. Savitra is the form of that rising sun. When the sun is about to be in the sky, that is what Savitra is. So when Ketu enters into the zone of Savitra, it's about rising up and getting into the rhythm of life, to let go what stops you from being consistent in life, to be persistent towards something important in life, to let go these battles and obstacles which really stop you from being in the state of joy. So literal meaning over here is Ketu in Hasta is about surrender and let go of certain battles which are so unnecessary, and also getting back to rhythm, getting rid of certain habits to get back into rhythm. It could be with respect to your health, it could be with respect to your work, your daily life. So this is what Ketu in Hasta is all about. It is not a very easy transit, since this is the nakshatra of moon, and Ketu in the nakshatra of moon, which is about disconnecting your mind from a lot of things. And it's not easy to deal with that challenge and to overcome it, but there is always this gift in Hasta, which is the change. Nothing lasts for a long time. Everything changes very quickly. So Ketu brings that quick change, but a lot needs to be removed with this transit. And most importantly, Hasta has a lot to do with the divine's intervention, that hand of trust. So on one hand, this is about working on yourself. Hasta is also about self-reliance. You trust yourself. Okay, so Ketu will remove all the obstacles which are blocking you to rely on self, which really block your self-confidence. And Ketu also removes the block between you and the divine. So it will have a great spiritual impact on each one of us. So let's begin. Let's talk how this transit will influence each and every sign. For Aries, Ketu will be in Hasta Nakshatra in your 6th house. Now, Hasta is ruled by what? Moon. So, Moon rules your 4th house. This transit is all about getting back into a state of security, a state of peace. There is definitely an aspect of life. It could be money, it could be some kind of financial debt, it could be just a karmic debt you have with some people, very near and dear ones. And what they say to you, what kind of belief they have instilled in you, that belief is stopping you from so much in life. So as I said, Ketu in Hasta is about let go of something which stops you from being confident, which stops you from having this self-reliant nature. So I think you have grown a lot of troubles for self by just creating limitations. So letting go those issues, letting go those fears, letting go those self-made challenges, and also there is some kind of detachment from the people with whom you expected a lot of emotional fulfillment at one point of time, and it's really really difficult, but you're doing it absolutely in a great way. This is also about for some people some kind of change with respect to the property or the vehicle, like you are selling the old stuff, getting rid of the old things, and then trying to purchase something new. It's not about that, okay, it's time to buy something new or to get something new, but it is about leaving the old memories behind. There is this deep need to leave certain memories, and of course we have certain things in our house which do have some memory connected to it, so you want to move away from that memory maybe, so that disconnect is also happening. And also for the Ketu people, this transit of Ketu in Hasta is about taking care of how you connect with others, the speech. Because some people may take your words in in an entirely different manner. Maybe you don't mean to say something like that, but they may consider it in a negative way, and your speech may uh, bring troubles for you. Your speech may bring challenges for you at this time. So you have to be very careful, especially at the work front, because sixth house has a lot to do about the daily work you are doing. And Ketu over here also indicate that there are some competitions or challenging situations or rivalry, and it's quite unnecessary. It's not important to be a part of this competition or this challenge. Maybe you are fighting with some people who are not even worth it, who are not even equal to you as good you are, but you are diverting your attention to very wrong places, very unrequired situation, unrequired things. You don't have to dive into those matters because you're losing your interest, you're losing your interest in your daily life. Something bothers you so much that your daily life is not so fruitful. So Ketu here brings the need to cut away certain things which you think, oh, this is challenge, but it's not. Okay, this is not your place to fight. Choose your battles wisely. And of course, getting into some rhythm. You may follow a particular diet, you may follow a particular routine, and this is going to bring significant improvement in health. The moment you start working on your emotions and your mind, your physical health will improve. So Taurus, Ketu transits from Hasta Nakshatra, which is the fifth house. And the Lord of Hasta, Moon, rules the third house of communication. And also, this is a very significant house with respect to decision making in life. So, first of all, for the Taurus people, it's the matters of love and important connections like friendships, your connection with your younger sibling, the co-bonds. Ketu will challenge that. You may feel like you are doing a lot, but your emotional needs are not being fulfilled. Ketu in Hasta, in the fifth house, this person, this significant person you are dealing with, whom you think is so important for you, you expect so much here. You want to be emotionally supported, like someone just comes and gives you this helping hand. You need that guidance. It's not coming from this place. You may feel a bit disappointed from someone significant, but okay, this is not entirely negative. I'm just saying disappointment from someone with whom you had a lot of expectations, and there's this emotional need you have from this person. But Ketu also brings a surprise, a gift, and great support as well. See, this is the house, which is the house of sun actually. This is the house of the Purva Punya. So you, the good deeds you have done, like how you might have helped someone at one point of time in this life or maybe other life, there is help coming here in a very unexpected way. Someone will help you, your family, and this will be like a surprise and you'll be very happy with it. And this is also the house of celebration. So maybe with this placement, you're trying to take care of what you eat. Like maybe for Taurus, it's true, food is party, food is celebration. But as Ketu transits from this, food might not be the celebration anymore. Maybe you are trying to focus on your diet, you're trying to save more money, and any kind of I would say sudden decision of investment is not suitable. Like you have to be very careful how you are investing your money. You may get certain opportunities which may look very lucrative, very good, but any kind of short term investment is going to give you financial challenges. And yes, you are taking care of your finances in this transit, not taking very huge decisions with respect to your expenditures and buying something. You will take care of that. And yeah, this is the house of love. So this transit may bring very quick communication, very quick friendship with people, making new friends, making a new romantic partner may happen with this. But as Ketu is in a nakshatra which is ruled by Moon and Mercury, things may not seem the way they look. So the more you communicate, the more you know, the better You will see the real picture. So Ketu may bring instant connections for Taurus. And also, like if you are preparing for some kind of update in your career with respect to, like, you're learning a new skill, maybe you're working on a new assignment, it may look a bit difficult to start with. You may feel, oh my god, this is so painful. Where am I? How can I start with this work? It may be initially a bit challenging, but see the growth you will get in this work project. It will be outstanding. Also for Taurus, Ketu in the fifth house in Hasta, it is about learning that you are the source of happiness. You are the one from whom great things can happen. You don't have to rely, because I'm again saying Ketu in Hasta, this transit will teach you about perseverance, self-reliance, and this is what you are learning. You will see how amazing you are, your confidence, and how you must trust your decisions. So some lessons are going to happen in this transit, and when you experience these lessons, you're so self-reliant. The trust in your own self is established with this transit. For Gemini, Ketu will transit from Hasta Nakshatra in your fourth house, and the Nakshatra Lord for Hasta, Moon, rules the second house of your chart. The first thing over here is you are going to keep your resources, finances, expenditures in a check. You are really trying to save more money, and also having a check on how much you use your money, how you use your resources. There's a great need to save, because Ketu in Hasta in the fourth house shows the need to move into a new house, maybe to travel to a place which is very important for you. There is some requirement with respect to your house where you are living. Either it's a decision to move into a better place or to improve the place where you are currently. So in order to invest into that, in that security which you really need, there is this idea of saving more money to see more growth, and then saving your finances. And also it's you assisting someone with respect to money in your family as well. Or it could be the opinions are very different over a certain matter between you and a certain loved one, because Ketu shows that disconnection. Remember, we are not just looking at what house is ruled by Moon, but also the house which is ruled by Mercury. So Mercury shows you and the home, first and the fourth house. So there is communication issue or conflict, some argument with the loved one. And for you, I do see it's most probably with someone who is younger than you. It could be sibling, it could be also maybe your child. So there is some conflict over here, and Ketu may create some insecurities for you, since Ketu is transiting from a nakshatra ruled by Moon and Mercury, and this is your fourth house. Do not make quick decisions with this transit. Oh, nobody loves me, or this person is very disappointing, and so you need to feel more emotional love. Your need to feel more emotional intimacy is very strong, and the moment there is some challenge with that aspect of life, someone is not behaving the way they used to, it may dishearten you very badly. So, slight fluctuations with the love, with the attention coming into your life, you may feel a bit sad, you may feel a bit restless that why everyone behaves like this. So, you have to take charge of your emotions. Also, Ketu and Hasta in the fourth house wants you to learn about not just your emotional needs, how you can take care of them, and also it's about understanding the emotional needs and situations of other people, like how they work in the times of distress, how they deal with their own challenges. So a little bit of learning of other people's psychology, understanding why they do this. This is also what you are learning. So finally you will come to the realization, okay, this person is going through something, so I should be not so angry. Like understanding other people's situation, letting go that need to be constantly, validated and supported by someone. So there is maturity coming with this transit. And also, this is a good transit if you want to work on your health. You should not be stagnant at this time. Ketu co-rules the sixth house, and in the fourth house, the more you stay stagnant in a certain emotion, in a certain place physically, you will see health challenges. For Cancer, Ketu will transit from the third house in the Hasta Nakshatra, and the Lord of Hasta moon rules your first house. So, Ketu's transit, this is going to bring, of course, arguments. Yes, it can lead to arguments. I'm not saying that it is you who is creating the problems, but Ketu just increases the sensitivity. There's certain areas of our life which are already very sensitive. They are like a trigger points. And when the Ketu transits from here in Hasta, it gets more sensitive. Remember the two planets which are ruling over Hasta, Mercury and Moon. Mercury rules your 12th house, Moon rules your first house. So, all in the mind, the trigger points, if they get touched, you get very, very sensitive, you get very emotional, you overthink a lot. So, all you need to do is to learn to switch off. Where is the switch off button? Because as the Ketu transits from third house, this is about you being an overthinker, you being in a very emotional state. It impacts your decision making. You may intentionally delay things in your life with this transit. You may postpone the decision making. And how long you can do that. So, with this transit, learning to take care of your actions, learning to take care of your emotions, not to flow with your emotions, and also not trying not to get manipulated by others. Or again, someone just interferes here, because third house is about immediate surroundings, Ketu and Hasta. So, oh, people are laughing over something, oh, they are saying something about you, about a certain aspect of your life, and now you feel sad, or now you feel doubtful about that aspect, that decision, that work project you were doing, because they are not trusting you. They show some doubt, and then that doubt transfers to you. This is where you need to let go, because as I mentioned in the intro, Ketu in Hasta, this is learning about letting go all those barriers, obstacles which are interfering with your ability to have self reliance, self confidence, trusting the self. is so significant. And also, this is about learning a new language. For a lot of people, learning a new literature, learning a new spiritual technique or method to connect with higher power, maybe learning a new mantra, learning a new prayer, learning a new ritual. And this is going to bring a lot of luck and, of course, self discovery, because ultimately Hasta's ruler moon rules you, the first house. So all the challenge you see with the people around you, and you create that distance, you detach from them, the more you discover self. You're not getting alone, it's just you discovering self. Sometimes being alone, being distant from others is a blessing, and this is what Ketu is bringing in this nakshatra, the blessing hand of divine, a lot of self-discovery and strength for you. There are arguments with the siblings, maybe with the co-bonds, maybe even with your neighbors. Are you fighting with your neighbors right now? Maybe. Yeah, there can be differences, but you don't have to go beyond a certain limit. You don't have to indulge into it too much that your life just becomes a battle, everyday battle with someone. So, coming back to that self, coming back to your purpose is important here. For Leo, Ketu is transiting from the Hasta Nakshatra, which is your second house, and the Nakshatra Lord for Hasta, Moon, rules over the 12th house of subconscious. This is the house which is about expenditures and foreign lands, sudden change in your decisions as well. So, this transit, number one, brings some kind of travel which takes you away from a familiar place, maybe away from your parents, maybe away from your family. It could also be uh, you are moving in a very different direction, like moving away from a certain way of living, moving away from something you thought it was very valuable for me. Maybe it was simply a way of living. You valued a way of living. You valued something so much. But Ketu is not allowing you to connect with it anymore. So that isolation, that distance is happening so that you can realign with your purpose. You can realign with life, where you want to go, what you want to achieve. So that this is a reroute. The goal might be same, the aim may be same. Even for some people, the goal is changing, because ultimately Ketu impacts the subconscious here. Moon rules your 12th house. So you have to take a different route to whatever you want to do, to whatever you want to attain in life. So this transit may start with a little bit of agitation, that, oh my god, I did so much and now I feel lost. Maybe this is not happening on a physical level. You're not lost on a very physical level. Everything is okay, everything is going good. But deep within, the Ketu on an emotional level brings that uh, feeling of being lost. I worked so much to achieve this, but why am I not happy? Why am I not so excited about it? Because maybe you have matured so much, you have evolved so much. Now, something else could be more valuable to you rather than what you have in your hands. So the value changes. And financially, Ketu may bring certain periods over here, time periods, where you may not see a very quick growth with respect to money, because it will also impact your 11th house of profits and gains, because ultimately Hasta is ruled by Moon and Mercury both. So um, there are periods of very quick growth of money, and there are periods of stagnation where you feel even after putting a lot of efforts, things are not growing. But this is not permanent. So Ketu actually works like that. When it gives you, it's giving you abundance here. And when it stagnates, no matter how hard you work, it stagnates you. So yeah, very short-lived situations where you may see some financial expenditure, which may challenge you, or it's just that your money is not growing, the profit is not that much, or simply you're not very happy with the current state of work you're doing. You're giving more value but not attaining much value. And for a lot of people, since Ketu co rules the fourth house and it transits from second house in Hasta, this could also be some significant decision needs to be made regarding a property, a certain inherited property to be precise. So, if you have a legal matter with respect to a property, if you have to make a new deal, you have to share your assets with someone, or some document has to be made, in that process, you may see some challenges. But Ketu definitely shows movement away from what is familiar to you. And as I said, Ketu here in Hasta is bringing the lesson of self reliance. This is you learning to be financially more independent, learning to um, save more, and learning to how wisely you should use your money. And lastly, I would say Ketu is definitely bringing a lot of help from the divine, from the higher power, whatever you believe in. Unexpectedly you will be helped in a great way. For Virgo, Ketu will be transiting from Hasta Nakshatra, which is your first house, and the Nakshatra Lord for Hasta, Moon, rules over the 11th house. So, this is the house of gains, right? This is the house of friendship, profits. This is the house of how you deal with your social network. And this is something which is also about the fulfillment of desires. So Ketu first of all brings very abrupt ending to certain friendships. Ketu brings this need to disconnect from certain desires, certain expectations you had, but it's becoming more overwhelming to you. So, like, because this is your first house, this is your moon, maybe in the Hasta, so it is so deeply impacting you more than anyone else. So this enhances the need of detaching yourself from anything which is so emotionally overwhelming. An expectation, maybe desire, maybe a need of yours. You know how important it is, but I think it is so overpowering that it just impacts your health, it impacts your daily life. So Ketu here disconnects your mind from that desire, that expectation, and to focus on the present, focus on the now, focus on what you have in your hands. Because, as I mentioned, Ketu in Hasta is helping you to get back to that state of self reliance and self confidence, to let go everything which gives your power in the hands of other people, claiming back your power. Okay, this hand of Hasta, okay, Hasta is shown by this symbol, a palm, which is not just about giving away or creating something, but also being more self-reliant, and this is what you are learning with respect to your emotions, with respect to your money. So this is actually good, claiming back your power, being strong, not relying on other people for any particular thing. So this is what Ketu makes, um, it makes things a bit intense for you actually. That overwhelming feeling in the initial stages of this transit, but at the end of it you feel so powerful. Finally you disconnected from everything which was making you weak somewhere. And of course this is also about working on your physical strength, and it's all about breaking away from a certain pattern, like improving your work schedule. How much time do you give to your work? How much time do you give to your sleep? How much time do you give to maybe exercising? So rhythm of life, working on that rhythm of life is coming through this transit. But definitely there is a lot of disconnection from the known people, trying to choose peace over anything, just focusing on self, not dealing with the matters of other people. Because moon ruling over the 11th house, people will be drawn towards you, what's happening in your life. They will be drawn towards what are you earning, what are you doing for your living, okay, why are you happy, okay, why are you sad. That attention is magnified here. So you have to choose your connections very wisely at this time, with whom you can share your secrets, with whom you can be very honest. So that honesty in your relationships is also being challenged by Ketu. Ultimately, Ketu in a nakshatra of Moon and Mercury, the thought process, communication, and emotions. So you have to really be very careful. Where are you giving your time? With whom are you spending your time? You are disconnecting a lot from others at this time. And the honesty in the relationships, the truth in the relationships is being tested by this transit. You can also expect quick growth with respect to money, sudden reward, sudden growth, sudden new opportunity coming to you at very very unexpectedly. You will see certain time periods in this transit where you grow very quickly, and there are also certain times in this transit where other people are very critical about you, and that is the time when you have to refocus on self. Learning to come back to self is significant, and try not to be very harsh on self, because Ketu here just is going to activate this timeline of what happened in the past, because Ketu is the past and your mind reminds you of certain difficult things. So this is a test. Either you be stuck here or either you do wonderful things in life. For Libra, Ketu is transiting from the Hasta Nakshatra in your 12th house, and the Lord of Hasta, Moon, rules over the 10th house of your profession. So, with this transit, there is sudden change of decisions at the work front. It could be traveling to a far distant place. Maybe suddenly you have to travel a lot more to reach to your workplace. It could be the shift, like your office being moving into a new place, or you are being transferred. So some kind of distance is there. to reach to your workplace, to maybe, fulfill your daily duties. There's a lot. You're very busy. Ketu shows you're very busy, and the work is keeping you occupied, or it's just your daily routine, how you get up and prepare yourself for your work, and you do everything, and when you return back, that entire process is now further more busy. There's more of energy going into the 10th house affairs. Okay. And for some people it could also be feeling a bit confused regarding your career choices. You don't have clear direction regarding what to do, or whatever you are doing, how productive it will be, how good it will be for you. Ketu in Hasta brings this questioning, a lot of overthinking as well. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing or not? But the best part of this transit is that you don't have to overthink, you don't have to worry too much, because you will be aligned to the right direction. Okay, like you will be shown the north, you will be shown the right direction. Because see, Ketu in Virgo right now, especially in the nakshatra of moon Hasta. Okay, and then Mercury rules over the ninth house, which is another very significant planet connected to this nakshatra. So there's a lot which you may feel is not in your control, and Ketu here demands that surrender. Okay, this is not in my hands, so let it be the way it is for now, and let's see what happens. Let's just wait. And then when you surrender, you see that change coming into your life. There is support, there is help, there is guidance in some form. Maybe a very spiritual person comes in and helps you. Maybe a very talented person comes in and help you, or simply it's the divine. For Libra, it could be you may feel, oh my God, I landed in a very wrong place, and what's happening? But you will be shown that you landed here for a certain reason, and you will see that discovery, why you are here in this workplace, or why you are learning something right now. It will be like just a catalyst to grow something in life. Maybe where you are right now, it might not be so fruitful, but it was necessary to be here, and then you see where you are going from here. So there are some confusions regarding work for Libra, or simply you want to make a very big move, you want to move into a different country to get a job. So there is some decision to be made, and you're feeling very confused. But the clarity will come. And again, there's a lot of overthinking which needs to be avoided. And Ketu in the Hasta also indicate that the intuition is very significant at this time. Through your intuition, you will be guided regarding your work, you will be guided regarding your relationships. So listening to intuition is significant at this time. And this could also be the sleep cycle being disturbed. And if the sleep cycle is being disturbed, everything gets disturbed. So taking care of that, doing certain rituals before going to sleep so that you can sleep better, that could be happening. And if you want to enhance your sleep, particularly for some people, I would say, because you have Rahu in the 6th house as well, don't just take any medicine without any knowledge, without any prescription. it may challenge you, it may act adversely on you. For Scorpio, Ketu is transiting in Hasta Nakshatra, which is your 11th house, and the lord of this nakshatra, Moon, is ruling over the 9th house. So, this is about a very unexpected journey, a sudden travel leading to some kind of growth and profit. In a very unexpected way, you will see some good opportunity coming in your way. This is about travel and meeting people from the past with whom you had some experiences, good and bad experiences, both meeting people who were a very important part of your life, some kind of reunion, maybe. It could be also a travel because of work responsibilities. You're reluctant to travel, but this travel will bring much better growth in your career. There is hesitation to go to unknown places for Scorpio with the Ketu in Hasta and Moon ruling the 9th house, meeting strangers, meeting people who speak different languages. But you will see so much of changes and growth in you. This experience was important. This experience which you were constantly avoiding, this new experience really changes and blesses you beautifully. With respect to your profession, your business, Ketu in the Hasta is indicating some kind of weight. Okay, waiting to make something permanent, to enhance the longevity of something, to make it long lasting. This is where the challenge is. You will see quick growth, but it's not long term. Like after a period of growth, you may see sudden challenge, because Mercury is also significant here. Mercury is also connected to Hasta, and Mercury rules over your 8th house. So there are highs and then there are lows. For some signs, I have been telling, okay, certain time periods can be stagnant, but here either there's a high or there is a low. It could be about your popularity, it could be about your name. You're doing very well, and everyone is praising you, and the very next moment something challenging happens, and then they blame you. Oh, you did it wrong. So this is how, things are going high and low, high and low. And Ketu is as I said, Ketu in Hasta may teach you about self-reliance, how to let go certain obstacles of yours, which can help you to be more confident about self. And over here, let go the uncertainty, the fear of uncertainty. Sometimes we don't have much issues, but our mind creates it. Overthinking creates a lot of issues and problems which are not there. Creating scenarios. So when you create these scenarios, automatically Ketu stops the growth in life. You're doing your best, yet it doesn't mature into something great. The fears are blocking you. When you do something, you're doing it with doubt. Because Hasta is also about creating, and how much do you rely on self? How much do you have faith on your work? If you do it with doubt, it just gets bigger. So do things with not the intention of, wow, I need this much of profit, but do it with, I'm doing a wonderful thing. I'm putting my best into this and it will grow. But it should grow. It should definitely happen. That that forcing should not be there. Creating some space. Okay, I'm doing my best and good things will happen, but not forcing it. So, this is what Ketu wants you to learn, having faith in what you do and also letting go of certain expectations and desires, which are just keeping you in a tension mode. That's it. And yes, reconnecting with friends is going to happen, and with some friends, you may see competition at the work front. Either there is competition at the work front with colleagues or with certain friends. For Sagittarius, Ketu is transiting from the 10th house in the Hasta Nakshatra, and the Lord of Hasta moon rules over the 8th house. For Sagittarius, the most important thing is taking care of your health. Maybe if there's ongoing ill health issue, something chronic which repeats itself or happens again for you, you need to take care of yourself, because some kind of health issue, or it could be emotional challenge. Like sometimes we are so stuck in a certain feeling or emotion that it starts interfering in the career. So some interference is very short-lived, unexpected and short-lived. It's not permanent. These blockages are happening in your career. You may take a break to take care of your health. Maybe you may take a break to take care of your family, taking care of a certain situation. So that focus towards your work is not so strong. It's divided as well. But also, this is bringing a great spiritual transformation for Sagittarius. Sometimes we do need a challenge to understand where are we in life, what's our weakness, and how can we make it better. So a small weakness, like a minor, I would say, like you have this beautiful pot in your hands, but there's this micro fracture, and in future that micro fracture can lead to so many challenges. So when now you know it, so you will instantly restore it. So that restoration is being brought by Ketu in the Hasta Nakshatra, fixing something about your life. If you don't do it now, on a long term basis, it may block you completely from growing, because moon is so responsible for the growth. Moon is connected to Prakriti. So the growth is significant for each one of us. So this is going to this is going to be taken care of. Any weakness you have, you will work on it. You will make it better. Health is getting better. Finances, okay, there's some struggle with that, so you're working on your finances. Security, the future security is important for you. And Hasta is not just ruled by moon, but also ruled by Mercury, and Mercury rules over the 7th and the 10th house. So definitely it could also be about bringing more clarity in your relationship, in your partnership. Suppose it's a business partnership. Having the idea of what the other person expects, what the other person thinks, what are their aims and goals with respect to that business is important. Maybe you are doing a lot and the other person is doing nothing. It just blocks your growth as well. So knowing the other side of story when it comes to the matter of love, maybe marriage as well, communicating, understanding, working on it, this is where you are doing the maximum work because you feel you are being misunderstood, and also you're not very clear about what the other person expects. Okay, you are angry because of me, but why are you angry? So if the other person acts weirdly, trying to understand what went wrong. So that kind of communication is required with this transit. And also unexpected gains I do see will happen with this. Financial gain may happen, or a sudden a new opportunity is being given to you, and you may be, oh no, I can't take this responsibility, but it proves to be good for you. Or for some people it could also be gossip going on at the work front, but you should be unbothered with it because it will block you from doing your best. For Capricorn, Ketu is transiting from the Hasta Nakshatra, which is your ninth house, and the moon rules over your seventh house. Why we are looking at moon? Because moon is the nakshatra lord for Hasta. So this could bring a new inning with respect to the matters of love and partnerships. This could be meeting with someone who can be a great guide to you, a guru to you, someone who just comes into your life and touches your heart. So, yes, something being activated regarding the seventh house. It could also be meeting with a person who may give you great ideas regarding your work and your business. Because ultimately, this is the ninth house, and this is about divine intervention. This is about also doing a lot of spiritual work. So you will be helped in some way of life. And I do see it's mostly with respect to first your awareness of self, the spiritual work you do, attaining a lot of strength through your spiritual power, also visiting maybe some significant spiritual places, and this will also help you with a lot of clarity and focus towards your life and your goals. And it could also be certain things should be given to the divine. Just surrender is required here, because as I mentioned, Ketu is teaching about being in Hasta. It is teaching about letting go certain things which may block your path to self-reliance and confidence and trusting yourself. I think the biggest block for you right now is not trusting the higher power, or biggest block is about not being able to surrender. If something is not happening, I must I must not hurry. I should surrender. I should wait. Maybe there's something far better than what I was expecting. Understanding that beauty of surrender comes with this transit, leaving to the divine, leaving to life. Let's see what happens. Also, with this transit, there is a realization why certain things happened in the past, because Ketu does represent the past. So, though you're constantly moving forward, but your mind is somewhere thinking about what happened in the past, and now you can connect your present to it. Why certain things happened and how everything just went into your favor, because realizing your destiny, realizing what you are creating now, where you are going, it's really amazing. So whatever happened, no more regret, but being very thankful and happy that everything is aligning in a great way. Still there is uncertainty. With Ketu in the ninth house, you will have that feeling of uncertainty and maybe a feeling of why everything is so hard to do. Even simple tasks are so difficult to do for me right now. That is the feeling coming through Ketu. And also, there is issue with the communication, because Ketu is not just in a nakshatra which is connected to moon, but it is also connected to Mercury, and Mercury rules over the conflicts here in the sixth house, verbal arguments. You may get irritated very easily, and you may get into arguments with your loved ones, maybe at the work front as well. And minor health issues might be there for you, connected to your ENT, connected to your digestive system as well. And Ketu in your chart co-rules the 11th house. So as it transits from Hasta in your ninth house, you will see outstanding growth. In the place you always had a certain doubt. So despite of the uncertainty with this transit, you will land in the right place. You will see how things change in the future. You may not be able to see exactly what lies ahead of you, but as you move, as you walk, take baby steps, good things will be revealed to you. For now, the theme is you're not understanding why it happened, or why you don't see much growth. Maybe there's a question in mind, so that answer is coming. But as you move forward, as you surrender, as you show faith, it will be revealed. So there is luck here, there is help and support from divine, and also you are helping yourself in this transit as you are surrendering to self. You trust your experiences as well. And yes, the matters of love, the matters of partnership, this is the theme of this transit. New initiation is there. For Aquarius, Ketu is transiting from your 8th house in the Hasta Nakshatra, and the Nakshatra Lord for Hasta is Moon, which rules over the 6th house. The first thing with this placement is closing a certain situation, closing a certain door is important for you in this transit, because see, a planet in the 6th house, that is Ketu. Ketu is about surrender, letting go, and the nakshatra lord of this nakshatra, Moon, is ruling over the 6th house of obstacles. There is this chain which is not ending. Somewhere there is this obstacle, emotional obstacle, and if you don't cut away this chain and free yourself from that, then how you are going to move forward in life? As I said, Ketu in Hasta is about removing certain hurdles and obstacles which really stop you from having that state of self-confidence, that state of happiness and self-reliance. So I think there's something about the previous challenges of life, maybe with a parent, maybe with a competitor, maybe with someone where there is some kind of a legal contract. So difficulty in letting go that situation, and as if you're trying to find answers, trying to find some kind of solution for it, and it's not happening, and it's more impacting you emotionally than anything else. So Ketu in Hasta in the 8th house is about two things. Number one, living in the current moment and living it with a lot of beauty and being very light even when the light around you is dim, learning to be in a very light hearted mood, focusing on your mood, how you focus on one thing at one point. You have to enhance the focus in your work. And also, this is about how you are connecting with your courage. Being more courageous, being more strong is the need of this current transit, and you will successfully see that transformation. Any kind of emotional pain or attachment, Ketu will help you to let go that. It's just that you have to be courageous enough, and you will see that change. Whatever had a control on you emotionally, you are letting go that. Looking forward in life, looking towards more happiness. So, a positive attitude towards self is significant, and it will happen in this transit. This could be a challenging transit for people who are in some kind of legal battle, or someone with whom you had a very intense emotional tie. It could be also getting rid of financial debt, working on that, and overcoming maybe a health issue is what you want. So, letting go the stagnant energy, the stagnant mood of yours. Further, this nakshatra placement of Ketu is bringing knowledge regarding the occult, learning about occult. And when you learn about occult, you learn a lot how you can fix certain challenges in your life, being staying in a very powerful and positive state, learning about different spiritual scriptures may happen. It's about restoring something in you, being born again. The mind is not anymore in a certain emotional rut. Intensive healing preparation is happening with this transit. For Pisces, Ketu is transiting from the seventh house in the Hasta Nakshatra. The Nakshatra Lord Moon is ruling over the fifth house of, again, a very important house related to romance, related to emotional intelligence, related to Purva Punya. So, this is indicating realization of what you want for yourself, not being stuck with someone who doesn't aligns with your emotions or doesn't respect your emotion. Because see, Ketu shows some kind of stagnant energy, being stuck in a partnership, in a deadlock, where you don't want to leave something so valuable. You think it's valuable, but when you dive deeper and you see there is no value in that. So that realization comes from Ketu, because Ketu and Hasta is in your seventh house, is about being emotionally stuck in a relationship, mentally stuck. Though it's not thriving, it's not giving you anything in return, it's taking a lot from you, but you're still holding on to it emotionally. And the Ketu says, okay, now you surrender, leave it, let go. It's not working. And it could be about a contract with someone. Maybe it's a work contract. Maybe it's a contract with respect to the past journey you had with someone. There's this karmic bond with someone, and that's why it's so difficult to let go. Maybe there's some legal issue. It's difficult to break away from this thing. You may feel that when I break away from this association or partnership, I may lose a lot, but even when you are in this, you're losing a lot, and that is your emotional balance and your intelligence, your decision making ability is being challenged. So, Ketu and Hasta brings the surrender, the need to go and claim back your power, because you have given your power in someone else's hand. And when you do that, you do get a better opportunity, you attract better people who can be supportive towards you, because fifth house is a lot about worth. This is the house which is, of course, of sun, so moon ruling this house. Knowing your worth in a partnership is important, what you are offering, what you are doing. So embracing that worth is significant in this transit. And yes, with respect to business partnerships, with respect to your public affairs, Ketu in Hasta indicates that a part of you is stopping to do this um, people pleasing work. You're not ready to please others on the expense of your happiness, on the expense of your, um, I would say, time. You're not giving your valuable time to everyone. So there's more and more focus on self. Rahu in the first house in Pisces, confronting your fears, confronting the uncertainties of life, and all the energy is drawn towards self, not on others. And also, this could be about meeting an old friend. It could be about meeting someone or some people very significant who may help you to make you aware of how amazing you are. They may revive you at this time. Being a part of a certain spiritual ritual may happen, being a part of a certain celebration may happen. And that would be very helpful to bring back the joy in you. Ketu is teaching about how to let go certain things so that you can be self reliant. And what are you letting go? The very difficult associations, partnerships, bonds, where the people are taking a lot and giving nothing to you. This is where you're working in this transit.